something said about no personal attacks.
Referring to what?
Referring to making comments from the floor to the board, like at the planning commission, there was this thing stating that there was to be no personal attack.
Well, it's in our bylaws that board members will not make personal attacks to other board members. That's right in our bylaws, but as far
So
as,
that's what we did, and that's why you put it on YouTube, yeah?
I did.
Because we attacked you?
I didn't put nothing on YouTube.
You know that could cause you some grief too? Because Fox News tagged it. So if they look into that, there's lots behind that story, they can find
Linda,
out, that's gonna look bad.
Like I said, I never put anything on YouTube. I've never looked at one of those videos. And I don't want
But
to
you
be,
can't say you
because I
haven't
live.
heard the way they talk to us, and they're preaching to us about respect.
Linda,
Berate
I
us.
do not let
I'm an
anybody-
old, tired iron that doesn't know what I'm doing.
Linda.
So that makes me feel
Linda,
wonderful.
the First Amendment of the Constitution, do you know what that is?
Yes. Excuse me, Jake, that's pretty demeaning.
Linda, that's what that, it is. That's
Okay.
what guides that, like right there. I cannot, nobody can stop what is said right at that podium right there. They have the First Amendment of the Constitution, and that's what we all signed. We
No.
signed an oath to
Okay.
defend the Constitution of the United States.
Okay,
So I don't like it either.
I'm gonna say this nice. When you were gone,
Don't say it nice, say it bluntly.
when you were gone, somebody had to do your job. Okay. I took it over. I took on the responsibility.
The responsibilities of what? Chairing this meeting?
Chairing the meeting and doing other things.
Like what?
He got the power hooked up at the cemetery, which never got done.
Secretary to that. But you refused to have Vicky on that. We would have 3 people, we got all the time in the world to get 2 other ones.
I disagree. I tried years ago, there was 2 open seats, and I was trying to fill them, and we were talking about it, then you said, what? Oh, we're just gonna eliminate those seats and make it to 5. Okay, fine. That was.
That doesn't explain why you didn't want.
But you
to
eliminated
something.
Vicky, just because it
I
wasn't
did.
properly legal and you didn't want it.
So,
What was I supposed to do when you weren't here and we were short, and we knew people were gonna retire? So what, I played with Vicky.
that's not my problem,
It's a
Tom.
logical,
You know?
why didn't you leave her and we wouldn't have this problem, we'd have a planning commission and then we could look for somebody. You know what I mean?
Why didn't you ask-
You undermined what I did and
No, I
then you
didn't
want me to
undermine.
back
You
you up. How
undermined
can
what
I
I
do
did.
that?
I
How
don't-
can I do that?
Tom, I don't want you to back me up. I'm doing just fine right here. I can't believe you're putting this on me.
Why, give us a reason why you would go to Vicky though, and scare her off. I don't
didn't.
understand that. You don't like Steve and you don't like Vicky, but we don't like a couple you nominated, and you're letting us catch all the heat for it. You're gonna only nominate, I would have taken
The
Nate
problem would have been
Feathers. I
solved
would
if
have,
Vicky
but
would have
nobody
stayed
else
on
wanted
there.
to
We
nominate.
could have got anybody else after that to make the 5. That's what I'm getting at. That's the point I'm trying to stress.
You're letting them think we're picking
Yeah,
and
so
choosing
you're-
our
so you're
people.
blaming
You
us.
are doing that, and
I'm
you're
not
letting us
blaming
take the heat.
anyone.
They're blaming us because your decision to not to have Vicky on there.
That is not my.
And she's only one person.
That is not my decision.
What do you
That
mean it's
not
not?
Vicky on there.
It is, you went to her house
Yeah,
and
you
told
went to her
her
house
not
and
to come.
No, I did not. I went to her house and I had a nice conversation
And
with
you
her. And I
said, "I'll give me a couple of months and I'll see about signing you on." And don't lie, because she stood right here and
Yeah,
told
it's
me
fine.
that.
I said, I'm
Why
not.
would you say that
I
then?
said, I'm not ready to appoint someone right now.
Why? You knew we needed a member.
Yes, well, there's all kinds of members.
Yes, but there's Steve Belangi and you won't name him or Vicky. Why? Just like we don't want
I
that
don't know,
Mitch
because I don't
Barron
want
on
to.
there. Do you
Fine.
want Mitch Barron on there? I'm sure you do. And Ann LeBummer, who's never here for the meetings.
We can put Mitch on the zoning board of appeals,
Yeah.
the ZBA. If Vicky would have been on there, we would have put Mitch on the ZBAs and then we could either got somebody else, 2 other people.
Okay.
Don't you understand what you did? You undermined what this board and what we did when
But-
you were gone.
I did not undermine
It's to make us
anything.
look bad.
I did
And
not.
you're
undermine
making
anything.
us look bad, and now I'm taking the goddamn heat for this son of a bitch.
Tom,
That's
that's
what pisses me off, Jake.
what this
I
job
get it.
is. It's taking, you think I don't take heat from people?
Then
That's
why
part of
did
You
you
standing
got
up for what
everybody
you
else
believe in.
backing you.
If there was any communication for a whole year, we could have discussed it. The only person you conferred with was Thompson from.
That is not true. I talk to Jack on Facebook all the time. Jack contacted
Is
me.
that the board?
Well,
Well, he knows how to, Linda, you've never
He's not
called
your
me.
go-between.
Linda, when's the last
Jake,
time you called me?
Really?
well, I get, you know,
Really?
Something's gonna have to be done, I guess, that's all it's doing. But
He wants
you
us out
understand
here
where I'm
because we're
coming
old
from.
tired iron.
Where I'm coming from, when
Don't
you
put
were
words in
gone-
my mouth, please.
Well, Jake,
Linda,
there's your cheering group right out there.
Linda, I don't have a cheering group. Are you kidding me?
Oh, come on, you let them berate us and you never said that's enough. So
Linda,
I'm thinking you're going along with it.
when anybody gets up there and yells at me, or someone
They
yells
don't
at me,
though, do they? They don't.
I've had little old ladies screaming in the back at me with white stuff coming out of their mouth. And I just stand there.
Well,
And I take it,
I'm
that's
just
fine.
saying, the situation would have been solved if Vicky would have stayed on the planning commission. We could have got 2 other people, it would have been said and done. And
What 2 other
we
people?
wouldn't have to be going.
What 2 other
You
people?
can have Ann or anybody else.
Well, what are we waiting for then?
Bring their names up. What about Steve Long? You're gonna put, hey, Steve.
I'm not-
You don't like
Non-resident
Steve,
of the
so you're
township,
not
you're
gonna
gonna put
nominate
him on the planning commission and not put Steve Belangi?
I'm not nominating Steve Belangi, period. I don't need to give you any reason why.
Okay, I guess you don't have to, but.
I'm not nominating Steve Belangi. No, I tried calling him, and he doesn't take my phone calls, and you can ask him why.
No.
So,
No, I'm just saying, if Vicky would have been on there, he would
and
have.
if I try calling a guy 6 times and he's not taking my call, I'm not gonna try again. I think 6 is enough.
Oh, you have to call him, just nominate him. Put his name on. See what happens.
What was done when you
I
got
could
rid of
keep,
Vicky?
this list could keep getting longer.
Because
I
somebody
could have
out there-
people from that podium all the way out to the back of the door if you want, and I'll keep
Yeah.
nominating
Why
names.
didn't you
I-
then mention Nate last month?
I don't know, I didn't.
We were holding these 2 names secret. That's the kind of.
No,
stuff
I
that
wasn't.
understand.
He
You said
he
that. I
wanted-
have 2 more people
He
that I'm
wanted time to
thinking
think about it. He said, I'm gonna think about it. This month, he said, yep, I'm ready. You know what? I'm gonna do it. He wanted time to think about it. When you ask someone, some people say, yeah, right away. Some people say, no, let me think about it. And that's why I didn't mention his name. There was another guy too that I had his name, and I talked to him this month, and he said, no, you know what, change my mind. Supervisors, I know what the supervisor's statutory duties are, and they're very limited. So, in the absence of the supervisor, someone else chairs the meetings, period.
Yeah.
That's it. Chairs the meetings and takes care of the township hall.
No,
Goes to the road commission, make sure
That's not-
they're not ripping us off, and do other stuff.
That's, if you want to do extra stuff, that's fine, Tom. That's up to the board.
Who's
This
gonna do it,
board
Jay?
makes the decisions.
Who was gonna do it when you were gone? I had to do it. I had to step up and do it.
Okay, well, what do you want?
I'm not just saying.
Oh, he doesn't like your sarcasm, I'm quite sure.
Well, I'm,
It's just that the planning commission deal, if Ricky would have still been on there, this whole deal wouldn't even be going through. You undermined what
Yeah.
this township
or
board
you know what,
did while
Tom?
you were gone.
Years ago, when I was on that planning commission, I didn't want to get off, and someone booted me off. That wasn't right
You
either.
missed almost a
That
year.
That wasn't right either. I did not resign. If I resigned, show me where I resigned now. Show me the,
You missed
Well, my
a year
son-
of meetings and came back like I belonged in
Linda,
this board.
when I got appointed to that, before I took it, I asked Kevin, I said, hey, there's gonna be times where I can't make it to meetings.
6 months in a row though?
He said, you come whenever you can, period. So if I would have been told that, hey, you need to get to these meetings or else you're gonna be booted off, which takes a public hearing, it takes a supervisor, and it takes a
Oh
board
my
vote.
God, how have we survived without that? It must be wonderful to know everything. I called your officer and he said, you knew. But you sent us an email with a flat out lie on it. So that, you have
That
to
wasn't a
earn
lie.
respect.
I said I was activated.
I'm,
I love that.
as of this morning, I am out of the country.
I did
That
not, no, that is not what the email said. Read it again. There's an electronic trail. It is not what it said. You are wrong.
As of this
You are
morning,
wrong.
I appointed
Can
Pepper.
you help yourself?